Welcome back, everybody. Bubblebath Bourbon here, drinking some Irish whiskey. But not just regular Irish whiskey, peated Irish whiskey. This is the legendary dark silky Irish whiskey, a smoky blend made from double distilled and triple distilled peated single malts with soft grain whiskey to savor in the later watches of the night. And oh boy, let me tell you, you're gonna need some whiskey for the weird shit that goes on in the watches of the night in Irish and Gaelic and Scottish folklore. And before we get into the whiskey, let's talk about the origins of it. The Silkies of the Nautical Coast are mythical shapeshifters who shed their sealskin coats to become irresistibly enchanting sea maidens with long dark hair, deep soulful eyes, and beautiful voices. So, pretty much mermaids, except instead of being half fish, half person, they're seals that shed their skin and then become women. So, they're like furries, basically, before furries were a thing. The dark silky Irish whiskey inspired by these legends and is made to be savored by the warm glow of a turf fire, peat fire, turf, peat, whatever, where stories are told and legends are born. The comforty, smoky aroma of the dark silky whiskey balances the sweeter notes of pear, apple, and ginger. We'll get to that. Non-chill filtered for a richer character, which, give them props. This is a blended whiskey and they don't chill filter it. At least after they blend it. I don't know if any of the stuff beforehand is chill filtered. They don't really say. I guess there's no way to know. Unless you know. And drop that in the comments, please. Oh, and there's also this picture here of a forlorn guy with a lantern staring off as a long-haired woman walks off into the ocean with presumably her sealskin coat. But there are male silkies. There's male silkies, which is a whole nother tale. They're two different genres, basically. The male silky stories are more like the male silky comes out of the water, he sheds his seal skin, he goes up and he seduces women, and then it goes back to the ocean. It's like basically a succubus kind of thing going on. I think it's more like some wife got pregnant and they're like, nah, it wasn't George the milkman, it was a silky. Yep, definitely a silky. He came out of the ocean. I saw him drop his seal skin, and then he went back into the ocean. So oh shit. Well, seals are made to be wet. Stay moist, little buddy. And that's like the end of the story. Except for some other ones where it's like some seal hunter like stabs a seal and then the seal turns out to be a silky. Because apparently not all seals are silkies, but some seals are. So like, I don't know if it's like an ancient like form of PETA where they're like, don't be mean to seals because it might be a silky, and then they'll fucking haunt you and they'll take you underwater to their silky kingdom, and like the king will have to have a word with you and you better be a nice person, otherwise they're gonna fuck you up. It gets really weird. But it's basically just a seal mermaid version of the whole fae like leprechaun stuff. Hold on, I gotta dry this off. So the female stories of silkies are much better. They're way richer. They're a lot more fun. So basically it goes like this. There's a guy, he's standing on the beach, and he finds this seal skin on the beach, and he's like, oh man, free sealskin, that's a bunch of money, I can sell that. And he takes it home, but then the next day he comes out and there's like, oh shit, where did it go? There's this woman who's naked for obvious reasons, she's not gonna be naked here because I don't want to get demonetized, even though I'm not monetized. And she's like, "Oh, you're very handsome. I'm very alluring. We should get married." And they get married, and then this is the dumbest shit. But they get married, they have kids, everything's fine. The kids are flipper babies, basically. Apparently, the story is that people with webbed feet, you know, these two toes or whatever are webbed. Those are half Silkies, apparently. I don't know. These are very old stories. But the point is, they have kids, they're married, whatever. But basically, she just sits around the whole time, like pontificating to herself and like looking longingly at the ocean and like brushing her hair and being like, man, I wish I could go back to the ocean. That's where I really want to be, because I'm from the ocean. And if she ever finds, like, she like decides to clean the house like a good wife or something, and she finds her sealskin. I don't know. This story doesn't make any fucking sense. She finds her sealskin and she puts it back on, and then she fucks off to the ocean. And then the guy's like, "Oh man, well, I guess that's just what happens when you steal sealskin from a Silkie who used to be a seal who shed it, and you hold it captive so that you have a wife to give you children." And that's, I guess, the moral of the story. I'm not really sure, honestly, at this point. I don't get any of it. I think it's more like, oh yeah, your mom didn't die. No, I know she was coughing a lot and like not looking too hot, and was having trouble breathing because she had the typhoid. But she's not dead. No, she just went back to the ocean, because she was a Silkie. And that's why your mom's gone, and that's why your new mom's here, Janice. Oh, fuck. So if any of that made sense, or you believed any of that, you've probably been drinking a lot of whiskey. Which is, I guess, how the inspiration for this came from. I can't really figure any other way that this inspires a whiskey brand other than yeah, I'm at a loss, bud. Now the whiskey is actually really good. I really like this stuff. For the peated single malts being triple distilled, and I don't know, it says soft grain, doesn't say what grain it is. I'm assuming it's mostly corn. And then other single malts that are just double distilled being blended into it. There's still a lot of peat going on here. It's a lot of flavor. It's not the most complex. All those fruit flavors they said on the back. Well, yeah, they're there. It's not very fruity. It's not like some other Irish whiskeys that are like very pronounced fruits. It's mostly on the nose, honestly. And for fuck, I can't remember how much money it is. Mr. Ducky, help me out here, bud. Yeah, for that much, this is a solid. I'm going to be buying another bottle, and it really goes to show that blended whiskey can be very good. And if you like love stories, better love stories than Twilight, love stories to surpass Metal Gear, look forward to the next Valentine's. Or go watch the old one, because I probably won't have the new one up in time because I'm a lazy piece of shit. Stay moist.